Good day, YouTube. It is the 10th of June, 2022. This is the 5th episode on this old beat-up Honda EU 3000 IS generator. And at the moment, we've got the recoil. Back in episode 3, we got the new rope put in the recoil. If you haven't seen episode 3, you could pop in. I got a playlist going on for this machine. And watch episode 3. So how Honda did this, it's actually pretty innovative, I think. They put the electric starter in with the recoil. And what we had was a gear that was stripped out. It was turning, but you could hear it skipping, and it's only going to eat itself. So you can buy this whole recoil, $175 to $200 for the entire assembly, which would have been real easy, pretty handy. But hey, I only got $200 in the machine, so there's no reason to spend that kind of money. I got the gear for, I believe it's $55 on Parts Tree. So if you need one, there it is. You got the part number, so forth. Kind of hoping I can get this thing back together. It's now been 2 weeks since I took it apart. So let me throw you in the stand, and I might actually have to go back to my own video to figure out how to put this thing back together. But I tried not to separate the parts too bad, so it's probably be better than I thought. So let me put you in a stand and let's get this thing put back together. Alright, I don't have a cameraman, so we'll do the best we can with what we got. Let's get this out of here. Ta-da! Park that stuff. Hopefully these items, this spring goes in here, that I got. Alright? Let's get this assembly off of here, which I've not removed. Oh boy. Obviously. Let me get these screws off before we lose some. I believe it was missing a screw. We're going to have to find something to replace a missing screw once we put this thing back together. Okay, it's got a bushing in the middle that's trying to come out. Alright, that looks the same. Okay. I think we're going to, no, it's going to sit on that spring, so I'm going to leave it there for a minute. I got to figure out how to get this thing off. And I don't know. Ooh. I just turned it counterclockwise and it moves now. Hey, don't mess up on me now. Don't do something silly. There. Hey, not bad. So it's just a rubber deal like you might see on a rear hub on a motorcycle. We should be able to put that back in there then. There we go. Right, that wasn't so bad now, was it? What were you guys worried about? I think we got to put this drive in here firstest, maybe. Great. Nope, I think this has to go in. Alright. Just bear with me here. doesn't look good. Hopefully this thing doesn't have to go in a certain, clocked in a certain way. Because I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I'm moving these spring-loaded gizmos. Okay. Oh, there we go. I think. There. I like that. All right. Oh. I goofed. Okay, there's a couple tabs down in here across from each other, and I believe they're going to engage these. So somehow we got to set this down without it coming apart over those. Yeah. Didn't think this would be a cakewalk. Doesn't feel good coming back apart. No, that looks good. No, we probably had it. We've probably had it. Everything's still in place, going back in. Those are across. This is good, nice and easy. I'm only going to put the bolt in to keep it centered. Right hand threads. That feels okay. All right, let's go for more. I think this goes next. And I think this goes on that. I like it. So we need to tighten this down. Remember, right hand threads. Gonna have to get the impact, get this tight. 12 millimeter. Is it still sitting? No. It's been 2 weeks, Glenn. Always nice to get your hands this dirty and have to operate the camera. Okay, we're gonna let it roll in. It sounds good, guys. All right, 12 millimeter. No waiting. $12 millimeter. Houston, that didn't work. Something is amiss. It wouldn't turn. Gonna be easy. Something is not right. Or whether to leave the camera roll or shut you down while I try to figure this out. That looks good. This looks good. Nope. Okay, I'm going to turn you off for a little bit. Let me fight this thing on my own. Alright, I went back and actually reviewed my own video, and I didn't see that washer, and that would certainly do the binding that we've got here. Maybe that washer goes up here. The other thing too, I'm not the first person that was in this thing. So that washer, see what happens, like it'll come out. Try it washerless. Oh, it does fit in there. Well, guys, I'm fighting it. Something is not playing nicely. No. Okay, let me work on this again. All right, what I think I did wrong was this metal washer goes in first and then this plate goes on. I think that's correct. Had to go do a little research there. So, this goes back in, Put the small side down. Yep, this feels better. And then assemble. Oh, already feels better. All right, this has come through the top. Woohoo. Winner and still champion, guys. Now she spins. Now then, life can move on. So, got this. I got some grease, by the way. Might as well. I don't think it'll ruin anything. Drop that in there like so. Hope this isn't a bad thing. Had grease on it. We won't go too crazy. There, it engaged. That feels good. Feels good. Juicy, juicy. All right. See if we can put this thing back together finally. Could have probably cleaned this up a little, huh? Yeah, well. Don't always get everything we want. All right, let's put some screws back in this puppy. Boy, I want to finish this machine up tomorrow. I knew this thing would be a fight. Luckily I videoed it coming apart. Thought this thing was missing a screw, but they all seem to be here. Alright, let me tighten these up. It was missing a screw. That one is gone. All I have close is a flathead. So it'll really look out of place, but we'll get the job done. Alright, we've done the recoil. Now we gotta go put it on. Alright, we'll see you in a minute. Well, welcome to Saturday morning. We're back working on the generator. I got the, before I left yesterday, I got the starter assembly, at least in the spot. I knew I was going to fight it, I didn't film it, but I kept trying to put it in at the bottom and then squish it through this hole. Not really sure how this outer frame piece comes off. I have it loose up here so I could pull on it a little bit. But anyway, the way I got it in there was actually to put it in from the top and then wrestle it in from the bottom. I tried to go in from the side and I just couldn't get it. So there's probably a better way, but I just still want to take it further apart, I guess. And I got it out from this direction, but that was a couple weeks ago and I couldn't remember exactly how I did it. So I got it back in. I need to bolt it in place, and we're going to start reassembling on this thing. I'll get this thing in. I got the 2 bars that go out here. I need to take those in and sand them down real quick and put some paint on them so they look better. One of them's a little beat up, but is what it is. And we'll get this thing reassembled. So let's get the starter thing bolted back in. It's just 4 bolts. They're a pain to get to, but they are what they are. And we can put the air box back in. The filter was yucky do, but got some filters on the shelf there. I don't care if they are for a mower or not. I don't believe there's enough difference to worry about them. They're the same size. All right, gang. Let's get this thing put together. I want to hear it run all assembled today. All right, got the handles from this thing in painting. They're painted, they're drying. Got the air cleaner mostly in. We'll get the cover snapped on. I took the valve cover to the parts washer and got it cleaned up, got a new gasket on it. I think it's been leaking. I think that's where most of the oil's been coming from inside of this thing. So we'll get that thing put on. It's got the little breather tube that slides into the hole on the other side, right there. So make sure you get that thing slid in there. Again, put the cap on air breather. And then we can start buttoning up all of this stuff. And I do need to take the exhaust back off because I want to put all new gaskets on this thing. I'm not sure any of them survived the teardown or not, but I got all new gaskets for the exhaust. So that won't take long. The bolts and everything will have been apart already. And if you haven't seen the other videos, we cleaned out the spark arrestor and the fuel sediment bowl and all that stuff while we had this thing apart. So here we go. Let's get these couple things on, and then we can start the whole reassembly. Alright, we got the oil draining out of it. Well, we got it this far. The plug was leaking just a little bit. There's probably more of its oil inside, so I found a copper washer for that. We got most of the bolts put back in this thing. Put the control panel back. Put the new knob on. I don't know why that was so chewed up, but it was. Maybe it had a valve in it that was gone bad and somebody's replaced the valve but not the knob. I'd put the battery in on the trickle charger. See if that thing comes back. It might need to be replaced. It was starting it. We'll see how it works. So, probably take a little break. We'll come back and finish this up in an hour or so. We'll get these bars put on. That'll go quick. We'll put the tins on, put the ends on, and fire this puppy up. Alright, we'll be back in a little bit. It's lunchtime. Alright, back from lunch. Getting a little closer. The handles are still a little tacky, but got to put them back on anyway. Make sure to put this insulating piece back on before you put this on. Otherwise, you have to take this back off to put that back on, and then put these back on again. Don't ask me how I know. So I hung this door. I think we've got to have this off. We're going to put these tins on now. Don't remember if I told you to put a spark plug in it, put some oil in it. This thing is getting very, very close. So let me get the rest of the tins on. And yeah, and we'll get this the ends put on, get the battery off the charger, and fire this thing up. All right, we're almost there, guys and gals. Okay, boys and girls, it's all together. What do you think? It's a far cry from what it used to be. It is way rough around the edges. I get that. Mechanically, though, I think she's pretty good. And you and me are going to start this thing first time since put it together. I'm hoping A, the battery's good. B, I'm really hoping the starter came out well. If you watched the earlier part of the video, I had that thing all apart. Struggled to put it back together, I got to tell you. I have a couple little lower covers to put on, but I want to clean them up, maybe paint them. So it's not 100%, and I've got new decals for it. I'm going to do that in a separate video, in case some folks are just interested in redecaling their machine. So, without further ado, let's see if it runs. I'm so anxious. Gas is on. Choke is on. Fire in the hole. Please work. Man, the starter sounded great. I'm impressed. Thing fired right up. Sounds good. Listen to it purr. Throw a cheapy meter on it. 124 volts, no load. This thing in the shed hasn't killed me yet. You really have to choke it? Yes, so. Guys, I'm really stoked about this. You gotta know, that thing sounds good. The starter sounds really good compared to what it was. Remember, this was a $200 machine. I can't really remember the exact total what I've spent on it, fixing it up. In the neighborhood of probably $150. I bought the knob there. I can't remember what that was. I'll say 20 bucks. That gear on the starter was $50. I bought this. This is the access panel for the where the oil change is. I'll pull this out and show you where it goes. I didn't put it on yet. Right there. So that goes there. So we'll get that put on. I got the decals, like I said. What else? Valve cover gasket. The couple of exhaust gaskets. This upper hinge right here, you can see it's a little bit just different color red. It was missing because that's what you have to take that off to get that cover off, and someone didn't save it. So that cost a few bucks. So I think I spent about $150. I got about $350 in it. So it should probably sell for $1,350 somewhere in there. $1,500, $1,600 is what the nice ones sell for. I don't consider this a nice one. I consider it low hours though, because she only blinks 6 times. So 600 hour EU 3000 IS machine. She's just a little bit rough around the edges still, but it's very presentable. If you're just going to carry it around in the back of your pickup or service truck or something, this is your machine. Will I sell it? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if I'll sell it, or maybe I do a propane conversion on this one and keep it around as a a prepper backup machine. But guys, thanks for coming along the ride with me. It's the 5th episode. The only thing we'll do further on this on YouTube will be put the decals on it, and we'll go from there. Guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thumbs up on the way out the door, and we will catch you next time. Next video. Right on. Pretty happy boy today.